Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you a shocking and mysterious story with fascinating and dramatic analysis of the movie Beyond the Gates. A creepy journey through time, where sin never sleeps and family secrets can bury generations under seemingly harmless roses. In the cold darkness of a moonless night, when the wind rustles through the trees like whispers of the past, Martin suddenly feels an invisible gaze following his every step. It's not a passing paranoia, but the truth is revealing the final mask. Smitty, who used to be a close colleague, has been following Martin for months. From shady financial reports to a mysterious trip to a coastal town 2 decades ago, Smitty has uncovered all the clues. Finally, he discovers a secret that Martin has tried to bury deep in his heart: the sudden death of a young woman linked to a drunken party that took place exactly 20 years ago. Martin, then a wild young man, witnessed the girl slip and fall from the rooftop after a violent argument. But instead of calling an ambulance or the police, he and an unidentified person quietly disposed of the body, burying it under a rosebush in front of the Dupree house, the house that has now become the center of a new nightmare. The seemingly forgotten incident suddenly comes back to life when a gardener discovers human bones and a bloody piece of paper with the words, "The guilty shall pay," under the red rose. The news spreads like wildfire, and the town's residents begin to rummage through their memories, asking questions about the people who once lived in that house. Martin, who has been a recluse for years, begins to show signs of instability. He suffers from paranoia, insomnia, and frequent visions of strange figures in his mirrors at night. In desperation, Martin decides to confront Smitty, hoping to strike a deal that will prevent the truth from being exposed. But Smitty is no longer the soft-hearted man he once was. He is obsessed with justice, especially when he learns that the victim may be someone he knows. Elsewhere, Haley shakes Chelsea's mind when she accidentally reveals a hidden truth: she and Kat may be half-sisters of Vernon, a man who has been a ghost in the lives of many women. Chelsea, who was Kat's best friend, now feels betrayed by her own intimacy with Haley. She is thrown into a whirlwind of emotions, not only by the risk of losing Kat as a friend, but also by the possibility that Kat's childhood memories are a complete lie. However, Kat is carefreely enjoying a passionate night with Tomas, the boy that Eva, her arch-nemesis, has always targeted. Eva has arranged it all. She hired someone to install a hidden camera in Tomas's room, recording the couple's entire lovemaking in detail. For Eva, the video is not just evidence of infidelity or a love joke, but a sharp knife she is about to stab straight into Kat's heart at the most painful moment. Eva, who is smart and ruthless, never misses an opportunity to manipulate others. She backs up the video in multiple copies, sends it to a hacker, and prepares to release it when Kat receives bad news from Haley. 2 deadly blows, one from the family past, one from the emotional present, could shatter Kat's inner strength. But Eva doesn't just want to hurt Kat, she wants to completely crush the fragile bonds between the central characters, from Martin, Smitty, to Haley and Chelsea. Because she believes their breakdown will pave the way for a larger conspiracy that's brewing in the shadows. When the woman's body is discovered under the rose bushes, all eyes turn to the Dupree house. But what shocks everyone even more is when DNA testing reveals that the person is Julia, a nurse who worked at the rehab center where Vernon was treated 2 decades ago. Julia's connection to Vernon makes Haley even more suspicious of her true identity. She begins to investigate, digging through old hospital records, contacting people who used to work there. Gradually, old photos revealed that Vernon had an ambiguous relationship with Julia, a woman who went missing at the same time as Martin's accident. Meanwhile, Chelsea, no longer able to keep her cool, begins to question Kat about the possibility that they share a father. Kat, fresh from her wild night with Tomas, is still unaware that the video is in Eva's possession. She is completely caught off guard, and feels guilty for Haley when she discovers that the girl is in pain over the truth of a possible betrayal. But before Kat can clarify anything, an anonymous text message containing a link to the sex clip is sent to Chelsea, Haley, and Tomas, who now faces a scandal that is about to explode. When the clip is released on the town's internal social network, Kat is turned against by the entire town. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. An investigation begins, not only into Julia's death, but also into the ghostly reappearance of someone thought dead, Vernon. According to the forensic report, DNA traces on a piece of bloody paper found next to Julia's body partially matched Vernon, who was believed to have burned to death in a warehouse accident 15 years ago. Martin, who was the last person to contact Vernon before the accident, is once again the focus. His testimony begins to contradict, leading police to suspect that the accident was not accidental. And now that the man may still be alive, the pieces of the puzzle begin to move in a darker direction than ever. The question is, who really killed Julia? Is Vernon really dead? Or is he hiding, controlling everyone like pawns on a bloody chessboard? Eva's clip is just the surface of the scandal, but underneath is a web of overlapping crimes that has lasted for more than 20 years, with Martin, Vernon, Smitty, Haley, Kat, Chelsea and Eva all being linked by blood, sex, hatred and an unforgivable past. Beyond the Gates is not just a story about personal secrets. It is a reminder that the gates of hell are always open, just one person bold enough to step through and drag everyone who stands too close with them. And when that layer of red roses is scratched, what comes out is not a scent, but the smell of death, the smell of sin that has never been forgiven. Follow and subscribe to our channel to be updated with the latest and most dramatic developments in the next episodes.